So you may be wondering, well, how has this worked before? You'll be experiencing these answers. Sorry for the technical. So as you are getting ready for this live session, for experiencing Parashakti and experiencing these are very important you can take a few minutes now to join as a member of Kailas's SPH Facebook and YouTube. So you can go ahead and visit Kailas's SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam YouTube channel and go ahead and join as a member. You can click the join button next to the subscribe button. And once you've joined as a member, you can stay constantly connected and ask your questions during the live sessions of Bhagavan Siddheshwara and Devi Parashakti, as well as during the satsang, and ask your questions to Swamiji himself. So make sure that you are constantly staying connected and staying tuned into the channel. And you can also stay connected via Facebook. So you can go to Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page and go ahead and like and follow the Facebook page. And you can also ask your questions in the comment section of the Facebook video during the live Parashakti Akashic readings, the live darshans of Bhagavan Siddheshwara, and during the live satsang.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Param. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithya Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithya.
Welcome back to viewers. Sorry for the technical glitch. So now let us understand what is the Bhava. Sama means being one with the source respect. And darshan means to have a glimpse of lifetime and create a deep, lasting transformation in the receiver. Darshan is the powerful, superconscious vibration that is present around an avatar at all times. He simply radiates darshan just as the sun continuously radiates light. The auspicious moment when the receiver is able to catch darshan becomes the moment of darshan for you, raising you to the next sphere, like hitting the reset button on your very being. So now let us understand the science behind the Bhavaswara darshan. The first thing you need to know is that divine cosmic beings are real. They manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and incarnations. And divine cosmic beings manifest through the Achavataras, the deities and temples, and through the Bhavaswara darshans in the Nijavataras, the incarnations. The Bhavaswara darshan is the science of the Nijavatara, manifesting Paramashiva, the consciousness. It is where formless, the being of Paramashiva, expresses through the Divya Sharira, the light body, and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form, the embodied form, for us to experience Paramashiva. So, for example, Devi Parashakti expresses through the being of Rajarajeshwari and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of the Achavataara, the deity, reflects the consciousness and manifestation being of the superconscious energy. But human beings are not mature enough to receive the higher level experiences from the Achavataara directly. So the avatar, the physical embodied form, comes down to bridge the gap and creates the experience of the superconscious energy in all of us. The Bhavasmadhi Darshan awakens your Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential energy in every human being. This influx influx of superconscious energy visibly slows down the aging process and during the digestion, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor. And during the digestion, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energy that heals, empowers, and transforms our lives. During the Bhavasmati darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. The mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. That is, the entire body can silently and without moving perceive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. The Akashic readings are not predictions, they are readings from the cosmic archives. Beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously, and in the dimension of time, there's the past, present, and future. And because Akashic records are stored in the Akasha, the space dimension, there is our clear. So now, let us understand who is the Supreme Conscious of Buddhism, with manifesting Devi Parashakti for each and every one of us. The Supreme Conscious of Buddhism is the Supreme Consciousness of Jagatguru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic ancient enlightened civilizational nation. The Supreme Concept of Buddhism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. The Supreme Concept of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities as a lifestyle for humanity. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism is ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasanidanam of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvaidapitam, is the incumbent emperor of the Suri Vamshi Strangi Sahrajam, is the present 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasanidanam of the Kailas Sonata Shamala Pita Sarvaidapitam, is the present Mahamangaleshwara or spiritual Mahanirvani Agada, the largest apex monastic order. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism is also the 1008th Acharya Mahamangaleshwara of the Atalakada, is the present, is the 23rd Guru Mahasanidanam of Dharma Mukti Sparagopara and has been elected as the Supreme Concept of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders from Panchas. The Supreme Concept of Hinduism is revered as teacher of Hinduism, the most prolific, most viewed, read, and watched, and has authored over 300 books in 3 languages, English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, which have been translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has over 20 million copies of books and articles sold, read, and downloaded, and has over 10,000 hours of courses delivered, has enriched and enriched over 1 billion lives digitally, and is respected as the commentator of all sacred scriptures, such as the Upanishad's, the Brahma Sutras, the Yoga Sutras, the Ashtavakra. As the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, is a reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudrakanyas, Rudras, Shishtas, Bhairavas, Bhairavis, and Sanyas, and is the establisher of the largest Hindu university, Kailasa Nithyananda University, with satellite campuses in 150 countries, and is the establisher of 1,000 plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems, and the founder and revived hundreds at Vidyapita, and the collector of the world's largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm scriptures, and over 1 million and over 20 books. Now with this, we will be entering into the demonstration of the extraordinary power of the Nithyananda Yogis and the Nithyananda Guru Gopalasan. So we'll be entering into this demonstration very shortly. And as we are getting ready, let us understand signs of the signs of initiation.
A look, a word, a touch. Power of initiation. Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarvasamapi dikshanam muktihi phalamakhanditam avirodhat bhavantyeva prasangyastu bhuktayah. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership, and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi diksha vihinasya na siddhihi na cha sadgatihi tasmat sarva prayatnena guruna dikshito bhavet. The one who is not in should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a super energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, Birdi, Bengaluru. Contact 97422 03311 82774 90091. Visit www.nithyananda.org.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasudashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Ananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithya Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Shivoham. Om Nithya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Ananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithya Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam, welcome back to viewers. Sorry for the delay in the program. Let us now enter into the demonstration of the extraordinary Shaktis. First, let us understand what are the Shaktis. The Balasans, the Nithyananda Yogis, and the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will now be demonstrating the powers of third eye and sharing with all of us the experience of the extraordinary manifestation of the divine powers awakened in us. And in today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, all of us will be receiving initiation into the third eye awakening and various other powers with the blessings and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We'll be able to manifest the power of third eye. And the third eye is the cosmic browsing center located between the eyebrows, which upon initiation, one can effortlessly express powers and see through the third eye just as you would with your normal two eyes. So what are the Shaktis? In the Veda Agamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 400 ordinary Shaktis or divine powers. Manifesting powers or Shaktis is described as a system, method, and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are divine and that you need to manifest the divine, not that you are a man and that you need to reach the divine. And Shaktis express from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of feeling connection with the divine and high integrity with the Guru. And they express from the siddhis, however, are just powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment, and siddhis are only on the path to enlightenment. And the Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after initiation from the avatar. And Shaktis are permanent. Siddhis, however, are not permanent and they may divert you from enlightenment. Paramashiva is the source of the Shaktis. Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging, beyond time, space, form, and causality. As the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakrityas, or the 5 cosmic acts of Shrishti, creation, sovereign rulership and maintenance, Sthiti, sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Tirobhava, pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, liberating grace for all living entities. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as the 1008 living incarnation of Paramashiva, is the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. And ever since of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. It was where the signs of enlightenment and powers, the Shaktis, were lived and taught as a lifestyle. For the first time in modern day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the yogic sciences and The knowledge and science of manifesting these Shaktis are passed down from one generation to the next through the Diksha, the initiation by the enlightened Guru. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age, was trained and taught these sciences to revive the initiations and knowledge repositories for billions to manifest the science of power manifestation from the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Siddha Vidya, Shividya, Yoga, yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashivoham, and Paramashivoham. So how do we awaken these divine Shaktis in us? Every ultimate truth, jnana, mapped into your consciousness, prajna, manifests as possibility of and power of every being, prajna.
Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual.
For pramana. Go back to the previous section. We can go to the next slide. We can go to pramana.
Diksha is the direct transfer of.
We can continue to the next slide, please. Yeah. The science of power manifestation is authenticated through four pramanas, or aspects of evidence. The Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truths revealed in the source scriptures. The Apta Pramana, the experiences and results of the Aptas or authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishis and scientists. The next is the Atma Pramana, or the account of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of the manifestation of these extraordinary powers, and the Pratiksha Pramana, or the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. And the Veda Agamas are an applied science. The Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for science, where the ultimate truths are explained. And the Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology, the applied science is expanded. The Vedas and the Agamas, the Vedagamas are given the status of Shruti as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva, and they are the ultimate, eternal, unchangeable truth. A reference cited from these is called the Shastra Pramana. So now let us get ready to witness a very unique and exciting demonstration of the power of the third eye. We will be witnessing the body scanning as demonstrated by the Nithyananda yogis, the Nithyananda Gurukul Balasas, the initiated disciples of the Supreme Concept of Buddhism. We have Ma Nithyananda and Ma Tattvapriya here with us today to demonstrate this extraordinary power of body scanning. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much, Gurunakya, for that beautiful introduction. Now let's enter into the power of body scanning. So we welcome all the viewers that are watching us. So all of you can interact with us by commenting in Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. You can go ahead and you can post your comments in the comment section so we can interact with you. You can, if you want a body scanning to be done for you, you can post it in that comment section. And now we're going to be explaining what is the meaning of body scanning and where are the references. As Swamiji beautifully says, that revolutionizing anything, but he's reviving the whole thing. The powers that are found only in the sacred scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And today we are going to be demonstrating one such power which is possible through this human body, which is the power of body scanning. An expression of third eye awakening, which manifests as body scan. So what we would be doing at this time is we'll be connecting with Swamiji. And just through our third eye, we'll be connecting with you. and we will be scanning your body and telling what is the issue that our third eye is revealing. And if any solutions are revealed, we'll be sharing that with you. You do not need to tell us anything about yourself. All you need to tell is just that you are ready for this, for the body scanning to be done to you. So you can just tell that. Now let's enter into the chanting Shastra Pramana. And as we are chanting the Pramanas and explaining about this power, you can post in the comment section of the HDH YouTube channel if you want to request for a body scan.
Now, the Shastra Pramanas are taken directly from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, which is the ancient scripture, age-old from Sanatana Hindu Dharma, which was directly revealed by Bhagavan Paramashivoham himself to humanity to share with us all the science of these extraordinary Shaktis. The power of body scanning exactly means where we will be able to scan you, identify any issues that you have, any health issues or any physical issues, mental well-being, any issues or hurdles that you have in the perspective of your health and the patterns related to that. We will be able to scan, we will be able to diagnose and give you the solution. And just to let you all know, this is no equivalent to a medical diagnosis. This is not equivalent to a treatment with a doctor. This is not equivalent or a substitute to any medical prescribed medications or any medical diagnosis. It is not certified, it is not equivalent, or it is not in any way comparable to that. This is just the manifestation of the pure, all-powerful consciousness, the space of oneness, which can only be awakened by an avatar manifesting in ordinary human beings and evolving them to become extraordinary. So each and every one of us, all that are manifesting these powers, are Sakshi Pramanas, the live testimony of the extraordinary Shakti of the avatar, where just through a touch or just by a look, the Sparsha Diksha or Nayana Diksha, the powers, these profound, extraordinary powers starts manifesting to us. Now, we'll be chanting the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference for the power of body scanning. And each of these chat, just to share, let us all know about the authenticity of the Shakti, or about the authenticity, authenticating it that these are from the Hindu scriptures itself. So we'll be taking all through the 4 levels of evidences, or 4 types of evidences, aspects of evidences, as Manitya Purna Priyananda was sharing with us. So this is what we will be seeing. The Shastra Pramana is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra.
Swadehe jagato bhape sukshma sukshmatarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhyatvante vyajyate para.
Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest, constitutive principles of your whole body or the Swadeha or of the whole universe simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause. Paramashiva, by the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and ultimate universal divine power, the Parashakti, is revealed. The Apta Pramana of this power is again a reference from the life of an Avatara Purusha, an enlightened being or a Siddha, who have lived this in the past as a testament, as a testimony of this profound Shakti. So, quoting from the stories of the life of Siddhas, the 18 Siddhas, Terayar was a Siddha, and he was a very prominent disciple of Agastya Maharishi. And he was once a man who was suffering from severe headache. Came to Agastya. He had a severe brain infection, and he came to Agastya. He was suffering, and Agastya does the body scanning and identifies the issue, telling that he is suffering from telling him that he's suffering from a very severe brain infection. Also, he identifies saying it is because of terai, a type of frog sitting in that person's brain grooves, which is causing these infections. And Agastya not just scans it, he also tells the cure for it. He immediately calls his disciple Teraya, and he tells him to perform an open head surgery. Please understand, I'm talking about 2000 years before, even much before these modern equipments were discovered. We had a great civilization which lived and practiced such advanced sciences such as open head surgery and so many other profound such medical sciences. So here Agastya tells his disciple to perform the open head surgery, which he does, removes the skull open and removes the brain and removes the frog from the brain and completely cures this person, him liberated from that.
And today, the avatar himself is demonstrating this and showing to us.
We all can see here Swamiji, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, the avatar, beautifully exhibited, demonstrated, and reminded humanity what possibility lays within man. Swamiji, as the avatar of Paramashiva, had demonstrated a beautiful leela, played a beautiful leela, where Swamiji showed how even when Swamiji had a multiple compound hand fracture, and Swamiji was literally forced to go to a surgery because his body condition was such. And even at that time, the whole surgical procedure, everything was done without a single anesthesia. And this is all video recorded, and we are playing the video simultaneously for you all. It's available on YouTube as well. It was clearly recorded where Swamiji absolutely had no pain whatsoever. Not just no pain, Swamiji was completely conscious throughout the surgical procedure, talking.
Swamiji, right now the bone is there poking out, but Swamiji's, nobody can believe it when they see Swamiji with that smile, and Swamiji is like exhibiting that. And the first response actually when moment this happened, Swamiji was like, tell everyone not to worry. All of us can see here.
It was type 1 open fracture, which normally leaves a person bedridden with hand completely immobilized and taking pain medication. And here we can see it was just shortly after Swamiji's surgical procedure. Swamiji's, even throughout the procedure, Swamiji was completely conscious, talking. And the best part was Swamiji was delivering some of the highest truths about how to live an existence without pain, how pain is a life. So this is the Atma Pramana, and today there are thousands of people initiated in this same Shakti, manifesting the power of body scanning. Please understand, wherever you are, which of life you are from, whichever might have been your lifestyle, this power of body scanning, or all the powers of the third eye for that matter, you will be able to manifest it without any kind of obstacle or any kind of your personal things being an obstacle or a hindrance for it. Just by the initiation of Tavata, by experiencing the space of oneness, we'll be able to manifest this.
And now all of you can post your comments, and we are going to be scanning, doing the body scanning and sharing with you. So we have Ainar's Avotins and Ma Stephanie who have posted. Okay, so Ma Arishma Devi is requesting for a body scan. Ma Arishma Devi, yes. Ma Nithyananda, so I will be doing the body scanning for you. And Aina's Avotins, Ma Anita Avotina has gotten a Moderna shot and will get second one. And we want to have a body scan for your mother, Ma Nithyananda will be scanning.
Aina Zaya, what I saw for your mother is the first thing that I saw is that she is actually, if you see, she has iron deficiency in her body. This is not related directly to the Moderna shot, but she has iron deficiency in her body. If you notice, her left hand fingernails will have a white color mark. it will start forming, and she has very fragile fingernails, which easily breaks, very brittle and fragile, it will easily break. And also one more thing is she's starting to develop these dark circles. This is all directly related to the oxygen content in her body, which after the vaccine shot is also having an impact. The oxygen level has dropped a little bit, and she has to take a lot of iron-rich food and lot of iron-rich fruits, especially fruits and fruit juices like pomegranate and dates, and all of it she has to consume, even gooseberries. And she has to soak gooseberry in honey and consume it. She has to soak a dry gooseberry in honey and she has to consume this. She is having a lot of iron deficiency in her body right now, which directly is also impacting. She's having a drastically reduced amounts of oxygen in her body. She might feel very tired, sleepy. She might try to keep herself awake and focus will not be there. This is one thing. And the second thing that I saw, Swamiji just showed me a fish. And I saw this 2-3 times and I was trying to understand what exactly it is for. But I saw that that fish is having an impact in her. She might have not consumed non-veg right now or might have consumed earlier, but this fish is having an impact in her system, which is building a certain kind of toxins, causing one particular pain or difficulty in her digestion of food and impacting her breathing. So this is the first thing. This like actually I saw this in quite for a long time because I was trying to understand what this fish was shown for. But Swamiji had shown this fish 2-3 times, and this also is having a small infection which is caused in her bladder. This might have been, this fish might have been or in the early past, but this is having an impact in her body, in her whole state, and detoxify her body a lot. And she has to consume right healthy food in the proper proportion, not cut it down. She has to take in a lot of food to build the immune system in her body, to make her body more immune. And these are the few things that I saw. If you also notice on her left leg, in the above the ankle region, in her left leg, and also in her right arms, in the arms area, she will be having slight red patches that are appearing, and that skin irritation will be happening. This is also due to the Moderna, the vaccine shot only. It's just an impact, and she just has to take neem water bath and nothing else. But one thing, Aya, at this time she is extremely prone, extremely like fragile, where she might be able to catch any diseases, develop cold, cough, and anything very easily. So just make sure that she is completely careful and she is just maintaining her health properly. This is what I saw here, and you can please share with me if you're able to make with it.
So, Aina supporters, you can ask Ma Anita and you can share it here. Next, Ma Arishma Devi. So I'm just going to be sharing with you, Ma. Ma Arishma Devi, when if possible, you yourself can come and comment in Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. You can become a member and you can also comment. So, what was revealed was first thing that I saw was your vision is slightly blurred. You have a problem with your vision. And second thing is there is a pain in your left corner of your back, like to the lowest region, like lower back region, towards the right corner. So that is where you have acute pain you have very frequently, and there is yeast infection that is happening in your body. You will have this in 2 ways. It will be reflected for you. You might catch very frequent UTIs, or you might also have in your skin, basically, you will find a very dry patches happening very frequently. There is an yeast infection in your body. And the third thing that I saw was there is hair loss that is happening very frequently in the last 2 months. And this is not because of anything else, but this yeast infection is infecting your blood. So the blood is having some slight toxins. It is not in a very, if you test it right now, you might not find it, but if you test it after 2 months, you will find very clear evidence of it. Right now, it's like in a very preliminary stage, but already this affecting, there is hair loss that is happening in your system, and it is also affecting your vision, and it is also affecting your skin. So these are the things I saw. And one more thing I saw is the teeth. There is like you have very sensitive teeth, and very frequently you will see slight blackishness that happen, but blackishness that happens in your front two teeth and towards your right side corner, like the the topmost last set of teeth, you will find it very occasionally this blackishness is coming. I could not find a reason why that is coming, but I saw that there is this toxicity happening in your body that is building up because of this yeast infection that you have contracted. And you will actually see, like, sometimes when you want to pass out, you will see, like, you will have a pain, and you'll also find, like, even when you're going through your menstrual cycle or something, you might find pain down, and that is, and you'll also feel like a lot of irritation happening. So this urinary infection would be happening to you quite frequently. At least in the last 3 months, this would have happened to you a few times. So this is because of the yeast infection that has happened in your blood, meaning like the yeast infection is there in your body, it is also starting to affect your blood. And these are the few things that I saw. Now you can actually comment back saying how much you were able to relate with these things. And one solution that was also told is to have one solution that was told is to have this I'm not able to see the word clearly, but I'm seeing a leaf with very sharp blades, and I'm actually going to rescan again, and I'm going to tell you. So one, that leaf was shown, and we call this as arugambul. I think it is durva grass, we call it as. So that juice, you should drink that. And I also saw garlic. So the garlic needs to be made and applied in your on your leg. So like just a paste of garlic, and this needs to be done only for 3 days. So, and wherever this itchiness happens in your skin, you have to dilute the garlic along with some coconut oil and apply that on that region, because this is directly yeast infection that is affecting your skin. So these are the few things that I was able to see, Ma. And you will also see, you would have been experiencing a lot of fatigue, like for no reason you'll suddenly be very tired and sleepy, and this is because the enough nutrients are not entering your system. So the nutritional imbalance is also there. So you need to consume a lot more proteins, and you need to consume a lot more vitamins. Specifically vitamin B needs to be consumed more. So these were the things that are revealed. So please acknowledge Arishma Devi, you can acknowledge in the comment section.
And also Ainar Votins Aya has gotten back saying, thank you a lot. She indeed has breathing problems. I have to verify some other things with her. I'll speak with her. In childhood, she had anemia, iron deficiency. So she might be having lower iron also now. I'll have to verify about it later. Thank you for your solutions. I'll have to speak with her. Sure, Aya. Breathing problem, Aya, is directly related to the hand which is fallen down. You can actually, it's even verifiable. Even if there's a possibility, you can ask her to check and verify. There will be low hemoglobin, iron level in her body, and oxygen levels. And also, yeah, I'd like to you to check with her about the fish she would have consumed, or she might enjoy the fish alone a lot and she would have eaten, or she might be allergic to it. But I would like request you to check with her, maybe because that is still having an impact in her the bladder, and even in her digestion in the stomach, and even in her breathing, because that one particular reaction that her body has had, the toxin is reacting this way, even affecting her breathing also. So I'd like to request you to check with her also. Yes. And Ma Arishma Devi, you could get back with her. Yes.
Ma, this response you can post here, Ma. Thanks. Sorry, we're already come to the conclusion. And with this,
various the powers manifested. You all can tune in every day to enjoy and experience these extraordinary Shakti.
And Ma Lucy Zan, sure, Ma, we'll be able to scan you. You can tune in tomorrow also at the same, approximately the same timing, and we will do the scanning for you. Sorry, we go by like whoever comes first, so we'll be scanning and be telling for them. And it's just a short time. It's just demonstration. And every time with darshan, you will get an initiation of the same, and you will also be able to manifest this power. So thank you so much for tuning in. And Ma Stephanie, you can post Ma Arishma Devi's comments here. So like how much she was able to relate with and what she was able to understand, and we'll be moving to the next segment.
Thank you, Nithyananda.
Paramashivoham. Ananda. Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam. Welcome back, dear viewers. Hope all of you enjoyed that beautiful demonstration of body scanning. And if you would like to have your body scanned, you are welcome to join us back tomorrow to witness the demonstration of these extraordinary powers and also have your body scanned. So now let us enter into this next segment and understand who is Devi Parashakti, the divine cosmic mother. The Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashakti describes the divine mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body with a triple eyes, sporting a crown of rubies, studded with a crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus. I meditate on the great empress. She is red in color, and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the noose, the goad, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hand. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as Enma, and she is the self within me. Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in. Source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, source energy, source power from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now, in which all of us are going to merge. And out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Buddhism, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And in the words of Parashakti herself, raising in Omkara, expressing as the Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Rinkara, built as Parashakti, living in the 40 triangle, the Kailasa Swamini, who is the Kailasa Tripura Chintamani, Parashakti, sitting as part of Parameshwari, who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi. As Nithyananda, I took Nijavatara here to give good boon to everyone, bestow all goodness. Hiranya Garbhasvarupini, Ramandayom, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samraj Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi. Taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people, to do good to all of you. I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And Devi Parashakti continues on, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as the source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence. From the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Ichha, Kriya, Jnana, growing as the four Vedas, expanding as the five Panchabhutas, beyond the six chakras, filled as the Gotras of the seven Rishis, expanding as the eight directions, existing as the nine grahas, blossoming as the 10 Indriyas, being as the 11 Rudras, creating all the world, bringing life, hell, and make truth blossom, and to do good. Parashakti, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. And let us now understand how we can receive Devi Parashakti. In the words of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism itself, literally you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen, so always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin in front of the screen. Watch Devi. And this coin is considered the traditional dakshina in the Hindu tradition. It can be the lowest value. In the US, it can be even 1 cent. And in the words of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism itself, I'm not trying to monetize here. Keep even pay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. Yeah, even 1 paise is okay. I saw them immediately. Collect those coins and send them to the LA temple. This betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take the Devi darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle, and the powerful cognition. It will break your unconscious behavior. So here's how you can set up your tambulam: 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin. And you can put that on a plate and offer it to Devi every time you have darshan. And you can keep it in front of your screen, and you will just see how your connection with Devi grows, how you will experience Devi Parashakti more deeply in your life, just with this one small gesture. So now with this, we will be entering into the next segment, where we will be understanding some of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti for humanity at this time. As all of us know, Devi Parashakti has been continuously with us during the Pralaya, guiding us, blessing us, and protecting us through this time. And Devi Parashakti has revealed many revelations for humanity and has revealed many sacred secrets. In this segment, we will be understanding some of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti for humanity at this time, and how we can use them to protect ourselves, how we can use Devi's guidances in order to protect ourselves at this time. And as we are getting ready to enter this next segment, you can take some time now, go ahead and follow us on all of the social media handles. You can follow at Sri Nithyananda on Twitter and constantly stay up to date with what is happening in Kailasa. And you can also follow us on Instagram. You can follow Sri Nithyananda on Instagram and constantly stay in the high space and see all the beautiful pictures of Swamiji, Devi, and Bhagwan Sundareshwara. And you can also follow us on Facebook. And of course, you can join as a member on YouTube and have access to exclusive content when you join as a member, as well as having access to ask your questions during the live darshans of Devi, Sundareshwara, and of Swamiji, of course. So now, let us enter into this segment and understand what Devi Parashakti has revealed about sea levels rising. The Guru Padaka Stotra, composed by Adi Shankaracharya, the very first verse describes how the Guru Padaka, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Mudra, ocean of samsara or suffering. And in this verse, Adi Shankaracharya states, "Salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is a boat which helps me cross the endless." Many of us have been feeling stuck in the same storming and raging ocean, being unable to navigate ourselves and lost in the overwhelming vastness of the suffering that surrounds us during this pralaya, the great cosmic deluge. Our loved ones have been dying due to the pandemic, and our homes have been destroyed due to social institutions are crumbling around us, and the whole of humanity is in a desperate and dire need of hope. It is at this time that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Incarnation, out of his love and compassion, having taken the spiritual responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of the whole of humanity, the Cosmic Mother, and guiding, healing the whole world as literally the boat that sails us through the Pralaya, the cosmic deluge. Devi Parashakti is herself manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each of our prayers, granting boons, healing us, manifesting miracles, removing all of our pain and suffering. Devi has not just attended to us individually, but also as a humanity at large. Devi Parashakti has guided the whole of humanity in the form of revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and by showing us future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars which have not yet surfaced to common knowledge. In this segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of each sacred revelation, which has manifested precisely as the same guidance emerged from Devi Parashakti for us to imbibe deeply and to start following as Devi Parashakti continues to protect us until this storm ends and we are safely harbored at the shores of our consciousness. So now let us look at the revelations made by Devi Parashakti on sea levels rising on the 19th of May 2021. Let us first watch the revelation.
ஓம் ஆண்ட்ரியாஸ் கல் மூன்றாம் உலகப் போரிலிருந்து தப்பிக்க எந்நாடு பாதுகாப்பென்று கேட்கின்றாய், கேட்டுக்கொள் சொல்வதை எல்லாம். மத்திய கிழக்கு போர், இந்தியாவில் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்று மற்றும் கடல் உயர் எழும்பல் எனும் மூன்றில் இருந்தும் காவல் கைலாசம் ஒன்றே. வாழ்விற்கு அதுவே நன்றே. முடிந்தால் வந்து சேர்ந்திடு. ஓம் ஓம்.
So let us look at Devi Parashakti's revelations mapped into English. Devi revealed, you are asking which country is safe to escape from Third World War. Listen to everything which is said. War in the Middle East, deadly corona in India, and rising sea levels. Protection from all these three is one and only Kailasa. Only it is good for life. If possible, come and reach own. On the 19th of May, 2021, while answering the prayer of one devotee, Devi Parashakti, manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, warned about the sea levels rising and the cascading effects of climate change crisis on humanity. Exactly as Devi Parashakti revealed, the very next day, on the 20th of May, 2021, the biggest iceberg broke, which was 70 times the size of Manhattan, posing a huge threat and causing the sea levels to rise. Let us now see the scientific articles about sea levels rising as per Devi Parashakti's revelation. On the 20th, so you can see the article here that reports on the 20th of May, 2021, the world's largest iceberg broke off in Antarctic ice shelf, which was exactly one day after Devi Parashakti's revelations about sea levels rising. Now, let us understand a little bit more about what modern science has studied about sea levels rising and how it is projected to affect us in coming years. Of course, many of us have heard about the effects of climate change and the and global warming, but few have expected that it will be affecting our very day-to-day reality. But we've seen after the Parashakti's revelations that it has very much affected our day-to-day reality as we've seen many natural calamities. So now let us see what it says about this. It's stated that even sorry for the technical glitch. So we'll be right back with the slide. So as Devi Parashakti has revealed, the sea levels rise will be affecting everyone across the globe, especially in the coming years. And modern science is also showing things. Even under the most modest scenarios, scientists expect that sea levels rising will be affecting the Earth's coastlines in the coming centuries. And even if CO2 emissions are curbed to completely zero, we will still be seeing sea levels rise up to 1 meter in the coming centuries. And if the CO2 emissions continue at the high rates that they are right now, we can see that the sea levels rise can go up to 5 meters in the coming centuries. And of course, this will very much drastically affect our day-to-day reality. Sea levels rise since the 1880s, and some ocean basins have risen as much as 6 to 8 inches, that's 15 to 20 centimeters, since the start of the satellite record in 1993. And NASA has reported that sea levels will rise between 1 to 8 feet by the year 2100. So just as they revealed, there's no place across the globe that will be safe from the effects of sea levels rising except for Kailasa. And in the United States, almost 40% of the population lives in relatively high population density coastal areas. Globally, 8 of the world's 10 largest cities are near a coast, and according to the UN Atlas. So around 40% of the world will be affected. Go back to So around 40% of the US alone will be directly affected by this in the coming years. 40% of the US population will be directly affected by this. Coastal communities that will be seeing the direct effects of sea levels rising. But we'll see that even more and more communities living inland will be experiencing these effects as the sea levels continue to rise and create more storms and other natural calamities in the coming years. And we've already seen that there has been an increase. We can go to the next slide, please. And we've seen that there's already been an increase of 300 to 900% nuisance flooding over the last 50 years. Higher background water levels means that deadly and destructive storm surges, such as those associated with Hurricane Katrina, Superstorm Sandy, and Hurricane Michael, push further inland than they once did. And higher sea levels also means more frequent high tide flooding, sometimes called nuisance flooding. So higher sea levels means that we will see more natural calamities, natural disasters in the form of destructive storms, as well as nuisance flooding in more communities inland, which will affect more and more communities, not just those. Let's understand more about the cause of sea levels. Of course, many of us have heard that it is global warming that has caused sea levels to rise, and this has happened in two ways. First is that ice sheets and glaciers worldwide are melting and adding more water to the ocean. And second is that the volume of the ocean is expanding as the water warms. And a third, but much smaller contributor, is that sea levels are rising due to the decline in the amount of liquid water on land, in aquifers, lakes, reservoirs, rivers, and soil moisture, which is shifting to the ocean. And the shift of liquid water from land to the ocean is largely due to groundwater pumping. So again, due to human activity. So you can just see an example of the Pedersen Glacier in 1917, which you can see is a fully formed glacier. And in 2005, this glacier has almost nearly melted, and it looks to be almost like grassland. You can see just less than 100 years how much this glacier has been affected. This is in just one lifetime of a human being. How much just one glacier has been affected by the global warming. So you can imagine how much across the globe we are seeing ice sheets and glaciers now. And the pace of global ice level, the pace of global sea level rise has more than doubled from 1.4 meters per year throughout most of the 20th century to 3.6 millimeters per year from 2006 to 2015. So you can see that in 2000, most of the 20th century, the sea levels rising has been pretty stabilized at 1.4 millimeters, but within the 20th century alone, from 2006 to 2015, it has nearly doubled. You can see that the rate of global warming has drastically increased over the last few decades. And Greenland ice loss has nearly increased by 8 times in just a little over a decade. So we can see how drastically global warming is affecting us and melting the sea ice. And on August 2021, the UN published a code red, a warning of worsening global warming and rising sea levels. This was a few months after Devi Parashakti had revealed about the sea levels rising. And in the article, it states that you can go to the next slide, please. So in the article published by the UN about the worsening of global warming, about the code red, it stated that some of the effects of global warming and the climate change crisis are irreversible for centuries to millennia, and that we will be seeing the direct effects of this in the form of many natural calamities and other disasters. We can look at that article. We can go to the next slide, please. Yes, we can go to the next slide. So this article states that some harm from the climate change, dwindling ice sheets, rising sea levels, and changes in the oceans as they lose oxygen, become more acidic, is irreversible for centuries to millennia, and the world is locked into 15 to 30 centimeters, that is 6 to 12 inches of sea levels rising by the mid-century. You can see how much the world will be directly affected by the sea levels rising. Just as Devi Parashakti had warned, the UN had also warned months later. And even if we are able to significantly curb emissions in the coming years, more than a third of the world's remaining glaciers will be melting, and already the world's oldest and biggest ice sheets have already melted. And we've already seen that, as Devi Parashakti has revealed, that no place will be safe from the rising sea levels and the effects of climate change. And we've already seen this across the globe as we've seen so many natural calamities in countries around the world, whether it's China, India, in US, the floods in the US most recently, and the German floods in Europe. And we've seen how badly they have devastated communities across the globe. In one report, it states that more than 150 people are still missing the German floods and are unlikely to be found. And in Science, it was reported that Europe's deadly floods have left even scientists stunned. And it's also been reported that the climate change crisis has made the deadly German floods up to 9 times more likely. So we can see, as Devi Parashakti reveals, that no place will be safe from the effects of this climate change crisis and the sea levels rising. It is only Kailasa which will be protected by Devi Parashakti's grace and by the Supreme Concept himself. And according to modern science, as we've seen, there is no way to reverse the damage that has already been done to Mother Earth, to our environment, and that we will be unfortunately locked into the effects of climate change in the coming years. But Hinduism has provided a solution. It is through non-violence that you can actually heal the Mother Earth by connecting with Bhumata. Through oneness, you can actually heal her and reverse the damage that human beings have done. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed how Bhumata actually responds to you when you connect with her, when you relate with her. So now let us understand how Bhumata can actually respond to you.
The human beings have become so distanced from the real life, are ready to explore things. We become so far away from, at least I can tell you from my experience, village boy. When I was 5 or 6, I opened all the alarm clocks in my house and I'll set it back, put it back. I don't see all that in the modern day kids. It's all about that stupid cell phone. Involvement with the reality has drastically reduced. Our whole life is nothing but the screen. Whether your love, your relationships, even your sex, everything is limited to that screen. Am I right? Almost. No. Everything has been reduced to that screen. Involvement with the reality has drastically come down. It is so unfortunate, especially the food, the plastic food dumped into your system. See, all the things which you eat, none of them have life. They are all not grown from life. My guru used to tell, please walk without chappal or covering your feet. Whatever grows in that land, eat, because Mother Earth records when you walk without shoes what all the ingredients are missing in your body. She records what you need for your body, nutrients or vitamins, whatever. Whatever is missing in your body, she produces in that food which grows in that land. And eat that and live. It is too mind-boggling concept. I tell you, only after I started doing it, I realized you don't need any external medicine if you know to live with the nature. Mother Earth, Bhumata, walk on the earth without, in that land what grows will supply exactly what you need for your body. looks too difficult to believe. But after I started doing that, I realized it. Your body does not need any other medicine, anything else. Actually, maybe 2 years before, due to these continuous classes, day and night, and in the night time, the web-based programs for the outside India, all these, my whole eating habits have gone chaos, and no question of rest. It became like a too much on the system. So I had some stomach issues. I remembered my guru telling this, walk on the earth and what grows eat. So I started walking without chappal for a few days. Suddenly I saw in my courtyard a new plant coming up. No seed, nothing, just coming up. I was wondering what is going on. How come suddenly, between the rocks, new plant coming up. And one of the devotee Ayurvedic doctor, he said, Swamiji, if you can get this plant and add it in your food, your stomach will be completely healed. I said, where to get? When he walked into the courtyard, he said, this is the plant. This is the plant. And throughout the campus we searched, we did not find another one. Nobody knows from where the seed has come, from where the plant has come. Understand, it is not that just for me miraculously nature is doing. It is the nature's life. I was ready to push, she showed the miracles to me. Anybody willing to play with her, she shows her miracles to you. Nature is miraculous. If you are ready to play, she shows it. She demonstrates her love, her care. If we go back to the food with the life, our life also will start more interacting, more alive, more vibrant, more overflowing.
Yeah. Now, let us understand more about the principle of nonviolence, ahimsa, as the grand narrative of Hinduism.
We often believe that exacting revenge is a form of emotional release and that getting retribution will help us feel better. Especially this modern day cinema, entertainment industry cult brainwashes you the act of revenge as a way of gaining closure after a wrong. No! I tell you the truth, revenge has the opposite effect. Revenge is like a korangu sorinjikra mari, ari padangadu. Tamil, they say that monkey feeling itching and scratching itself is never going to settle down. Till that monkey dies, it will not settle down because it will create a wound and it will not keep quiet with that wound. That same wound it will scratch more and more. And it will be more infection, finally the monkey will die. Orangu sorinjikittadum, nama violence la vidaradum onnu. Understand? Mass media, cult, entertainment industry, TV and cinema, cult is brainwashing you, telling that revenge is heroism, violence is heroism. No. It is not. Non-violence is heroism. I tell you. In every level, non-violence as a strategy makes you realize more and more oneness. It strengthens the oneness. Oneness strengthens the non-violence and non-violence strengthens the oneness. You need to understand the context. Only then you will understand how this non-violence can be a successful strategy. If you miss one or two components and do it out of wrong context, it will become a mess. It will become a laziness and non-involvement. See, laziness and non-involvement is not non-violence. Don't use non-violence brand and tag to justify your non-involvement and laziness. No. That's what Arjuna was trying to do in the Arjuna Vishada Yoga. He was telling Krishna, oh, why should I kill people? Why should I kill people? Let me go away and become a sannyasi. This fellow, when he went to do tapas in the forest also, he got married to a girl. Every time this fellow goes for tapas, whether he brings boons or not, he brings girls. Alright, no disrespect to Arjuna, is incarnation of Nara and Narayana. So no disrespect to Arjuna. Non-violence should not be misconstrued or should not be used to portray your non-involvement and laziness, tiredness and boredom. Hinduism is actively enriched. World will become great place. Not only we are a non-violent tradition, we believe in consciousness. We have the science of consciousness, raising the quality of the humanity. We believe in it, we spread it, we live it. We be, live, believe. Let us all understand non-violence need to be actively lived, be lived, believed and actively enriched. Actively enriched. All I wanted all of you to know what Hindus miss, Sri Kailasa should do Tyaga, to tell the world actively, enrich the world actively about Hinduism. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Ahimsa is the highest value as per Hinduism. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. That is the grand narrative of Hinduism. Non-violence is the grand narrative of Hinduism. We need to tell that grand narrative to the whole world. Actively. Actively we need to tell that grand narrative to the whole world. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Tyaga, non-violence, unclutching, all these are not inactive, tamasic, inertia, lazy, tired, bored, withdrawn lifestyle. Non-violence means not only you will be non-violent, ahimsa, established in ahimsa, you will actively practice ahimsa and enrich everyone to live ahimsa. You will create an ecosystem where ahimsa can be practiced. Understand? All the infrastructures needed to keep the non-violence ahimsa alive. Media, Media is the non-violent way of reaching out to people and telling the real truths and facts. Like media, education mechanisms, everything should be actively filled with the truths, ideas about non-violence, yaga, spiritual strength, powerful cognitions, all these great truths. Listen. Again and again and again, many are trying to harass me through the social media and all other way, saying that, oh, you are teaching constantly non-violence, ahimsa, peace. Don't you see you are making Hindus weaker and weaker? Understand? If Hindus listen to what I am saying sincerely, they will understand I am trying to make them really stronger. Understand? Strength is intelligent way of existing.
Now that now that we've understood the principle of nonviolence, you can understand how when you connect with Umaka, with Mother Nature through oneness, through nonviolence, you can actually heal the damage that human beings have done over hundreds of years of humanity, and you can see how Umaka will actually be healed from sea levels rising. Now, with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program. And if you would like to learn more about the initiatives of Kailasa and the teachings of the Supreme Concept of Buddhism from Hinduism, you can sign up to be a member of Kailasa to become an e-Kailashian by going to kailasa.org and signing up to be an e-citizen of Kailasa. So you can learn more about the teachings of Hinduism, the principles of Hinduism, about nonviolence, and all of the initiatives the Supreme Concept of Hinduism is taking to reverse the effects of climate change and to heal Bhumaka. So now with this, we will be entering into the next segment, the offerings segment, where we will learn how to connect with Devi Parashakti, how we can experience Devi Parashakti more deeply and offer our love and gratitude to the Divine Cosmic Mother.
Nithyananda, and welcome back to this segment where we'll be learning about the various traditional offerings we can offer to Devi Parashakti today as we get ready to receive her darshan and blessings. And in the Hindu tradition, the offerings are a pure gift of love, devotion, and oneness, an expression of the sacred sentiments of the devotee for the divine, a celebration of the happening of the divine in our lives. And when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. The offerings are not made out of fear or greed, but as a pure expression of the love and devotion of the devotees. And when an avatar lands, the offerings. So now, as we get ready to receive the darshan of Devi Parashakti and prepare the traditional offerings to welcome her, to celebrate her happening in our lives, let us look at this Dhyana Shloka, which describes the beauty and splendor of Devi Parashakti. This verse is from the Moola Agama Manonmani Dhyana. Induni bhaveda karavanhinayanam syat pankajavaraabhaya japakshara sarayuktam angahimabhushana vichitra vasanam syat tungamakutojjvala manonmani swarupam. The translation of this verse, it says, moon-like face, holding the Veda books on hand, fire in eyes, with lotus flower, gracing in hand with japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. And another verse from Moolagama, Manonmani Dhyana further describes. ध्यायेत् देवीं त्रिनेत्रां शशिनिदहस्तां ददानां सव्ये पद्मां वरदमपरे चाभयं चाक्षमालां दिव्यैराभरणैर्विभूषिततनुं ब्रह्मादिभिः पूजितां देवीमेव मनोन्मणि प्रतिदिनं कामार्थदात्रीं शुभाम्. The moon and holding the Veda, lotus and gracing with blessing in gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. And in the Hindu tradition, the various offerings to the divine, the ornaments, and the offerings for the worship and rituals for the divine, and many rituals are performed with the spiritual element, the divine element of gold. So let us look at the scriptural reference for the significance of the divine element of gold. This verse is from the Atharva Veda. It says, Tredhajitam janmanetam hiranyam agnirekam priyatamam babhuva somasyaikyam insitasya parapatata apamekam veda samveta ahutatte hiranyam tridastvai vishe. Translation of this verse: triply born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell Soma when it was heard. One they call the seed of virtues and Baba, the watery molecules. Let that triple gold be great spiritual significance and spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and in anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. Gold is present in all the Hindu scriptures, the Agamas, the Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, Puranas. In all the Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal which purifies our being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual feasts were offered in gold bricks. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. Streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. Horses and cows were dressed in gold. Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called Hiranmaya, the river of gold in Rigveda. The river Saraswati was called Hiranyavartini in Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years and it lasts forever. So now let us look at the various traditional offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti today as we get ready to receive her darshan and blessings. The first is the e-hundi offerings, which is similar to the hundi offerings in any temple. With the e-hundi offerings, you can make an offering of any amount and in multiple currencies. And Devi is described as Bhakti Priya, the one who is fond of true devotion. So let us look at this verse which describes Devi Parashakti. It says, Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Gamya, Bhakti Vashya, Bhayapaha, Shambhavi, Sharadharadhya, Sharvani, Sharmadaini. The translation of this verse, it says, Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all fear. If there is any fear in the minds of the devotee, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Here, it is meant the autumn of our lives when thoughts turn more and more inwards. The role of the divine is known clearly. The need for Devi worship then becomes stronger. Consort of Shambhu, Lord Shiva. Sharadharadhya is the one who is worshipped by Devi Sharada, Devi Saraswati. Sharvani is the wife of Lord Shiva. The Linga Purana says Lord Shiva is described as Sharva in his earth form. Sharmadaini is Devi who bestows happiness on her devotees. And you can make your offering of gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti, your Kanikat to Devi Parashakti through the e-Hindi offerings. And you can make this offering on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas, and the offering can be made in multiple currencies and in any amount of rituals. And the next offering is the Sankalpa chanting, which is the offering of the conscious resolution to the divine. This verse from Devi Mahatmya, chapter 12, verse 34 describes Tayaitan mohyate vishwam shaiva vishwam prasuyate saya chittata vijanam tushta vritim prayaschati. The translation of this verse, it says, the goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. You can make the offering of the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution, and be blessed with the fruition of all the desires and wishes that you yearn for. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, which is the offering of the pure gold coin inscribed with the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti, inscribed with one of the 1008 sacred names. And Devi is described as Nama Parayana Prita in the Lalita Sahasranama. It means she who likes the repetition of her various names. And this offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, which is the pure gold coin inscribed with 1008 sacred names of Parashakti, is a very special and unique archana for any number of coins as you wish to offer. Each of these coins being inscribed with the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti, which describe her Ananta Kalyana Gunas, the very divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. The Yajaman is also blessed to imbibe these very same divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. So you can make this offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu on the website www. Sevas. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Mukta Angoti, the gold in the ring embedded with We apologize for the technical glitch, and we're welcome back to this segment where we're describing the various offerings to Devi Parashakti. So the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Mukta Anguti, the pearl finger ring, the gold finger ring embedded with pearl. And Devi is described as the one who is adorned with pearls and jewels. So let us look at this verse which describes Devi's beauty adorned with garlands of pearl. It says, मुक्ताहारलसत्किरीटरुचिरां पूर्णेन्दुवक्त्रप्रभां शिञ्जन्नूपुरकिङ्किणिमणिधरां पद्मप्रभाभासुरां सर्वाभीतफलप्रदां गिरिसुतां वाणीरमासेवितां मीनाक्षीं प्रणतोऽस्मि सन्ततमहं कारुण्यवारां निधिम्. The translation of this verse, it says, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and the face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. And you can make this offering of the pearl finger ring, the Mukta Anguti, to Devi Parashakti, and receive the blessings to be showered by her compassion and pure love in all your business endeavors. And this offering can be made on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower. And the gold lotus flower is mentioned in various rituals and worship of the divine in the Hindu tradition. Let us look at this verse from one of the many significance of the lotus flower in the worship of the divine. This is Charopeta Kumbhavarana Samyutam Sarve Sasutraya Samsiddha Pramanena Samanvitaha. The translation of this verse, it says, all the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with a new cloth. They should be adorned with the lotus flower made of gold. There are hundreds of scriptural references for using the lotus flower in the worship of Paramashiva in the Hindu tradition. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involving the consecration of the deities of worship or meditating on the mudras and asanas used during worship involves the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus pericarp, the lotus petals. The lotus is a divine flower in the Hindu tradition. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called a lotus. The base of the Paramashiva linga is a lotus. The disciple of Paramashiva is also considered a lotus, the one who is about to bloom. You can make the offering of the gold lotus in any of 3 different sizes as you wish to offer, and be blessed to have this state, space, powers, and being of Devi Parashakti in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situations in life. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Swarna Metti, the gold torii. And this verse from the Saundarya Lahari describes the beauty of Devi Parashakti. It says, Nakadhititi Sanchanna Namajjanatamo Guna Padadvaya Prabhajala Parakrita Sarorubha. The translation of this verse, it says, you whose brightness from the toenails destroy the darkness of ignorance from the minds of the devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower too. You can make the offering of the Swarna Metti, the gold toe ring to Devi Parashakti, adorning her sacred lotus feet, and be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings even in the most difficult aspects of life. You can make this offering of the Swarnameti on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Swarna Mamtika, the gold hairline jewelry. Devi is described as Sudha Sharabi Varshini, she who makes the nectar flow in all our nerves from the Sahasrara Chakra. It is she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. And the Swarna Mamtika represents the nectar overflowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully opened with the sacred sentiment of gratitude. And you can make this offering of the Swarna Mamtika to Devi Parashakti and receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and complete peace. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. And this verse from Saundarya Lahari describes that the illumining splendor of Devi's toenails dispel the darkness of ignorance and the devotees prostrating at her feet. Her feet defeat the lotus in beauty. And it further states that the toenails of Devi Parashakti have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi. And Tamoguna, which is indicative of the ignorance in the minds of the devotees, is removed by constantly prostrating before Devi, and they attain the supreme knowledge. So you can make this offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja to Devi Parashakti and be blessed with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Devi Parashakti and the supreme point of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, who is the Nija avatar of Devi Parashakti herself. So you can make this offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the traditional offering of gratitude and devotion from disciple to Guru. And make this offering on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas. This is the Vastra Seva, which is the offering of the sacred cloth. And you can make this offering to Devi Parashakti. Continued blessings and protection during all the times of life. We make this offering and be blessed with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Devi Parashakti and the supreme point of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. So here is a summary of the various offerings to Devi Parashakti. The e-hundi offerings can be made in multiple currencies and in any amount of your choice. The Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution, the offering of the conscious resolution to Devi Parashakti can also be made on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas. You can make the offering of the Devi Sahasranama Swarnakasam, which is the offering of the pure gold coin, each coin inscribed with one of the 1,008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti. And you can make this offering on the website in 3 different denominations and any number of coins as you wish to offer. You can also make the offering of the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring embedded with pearl in 3 different sizes. The Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower, can be offered in 3 different sizes. The Swarnameti, the gold toe ring adorning the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti, can be offered on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas. The Swarna Mamtika, the gold hairline jewelry representing the overflowing nectar from the Sahasrara Chakra, the overflowing nectar of gratitude from the Sahasrara Chakra. You can make this offering on the website, and you can also make the offering of the traditional seva, the offering of ritualistic offering of gratitude from disciple to Guru. So you can make this offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja on the website, and you can also make the offering of the Vastra Seva, the offering of the sacred cloth, to Devi Parashakti. And all of these offerings can be made on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And now let us take a look at the website where you can make all of these traditional offerings. You can make any offering of your choice, and you can celebrate Devi, you can celebrate the happening of Devi in your lives. You can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti in any way that you would wish to offer. So here is the website where you can make all the traditional offerings to Devi Parashakti. www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. On the page, and click on the links on step 2 to make your offerings. You can click on the link on step 2 to make the traditional offerings of ornaments or sevas. You can also click on the link for e-Hindi to make the e-Hindi offerings. Also, if you would like to make an intention to make an offering today, like to receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti, to manifest your intention into reality, you can to Devi Parashakti, and you would like to fill out the Sankalpa details, the conscious resolution for yourself and your family members, the names of yourself and your family members. You can fill out this form on step 3. So let us now look at the links to make the offerings. You can make the e-Hindi offerings in multiple currencies: the US dollars, the Australian dollars, the New Zealand dollars, the Canadian dollars, the euros, the Indian rupees, the Singaporean dollars, the Malaysian ringgit, the Great Britain pound, and the Chinese yen. And you can make this offering in any amount of your choice. And the traditional offerings of ornaments and sevas can be on the website also, in name of the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti. This offering can be made in 3 different denominations and any number of coins. You can make the offering of the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring embedded with pearl. You can also a gold lotus flower in Parnamangtika, the gold hairline jewelry representing the overflowing nectar of gratitude from the Guru, which is the most sacred and one of the most favorite offerings of each disciple. You can make this offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja on any day of your choice. Anytime you want to celebrate the happening, you can make this offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. And the Vastra Seva, the offering of the sacred cloth, Devi Parashakti. You can make this offering on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. So here again it is the website .kailasamailer.com/sevas, where you can make. We'll be moving to the next segment where we'll be learning more various facilities being made available for the care and well-being of humanity through the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa. And let us learn more about these various facilities as being guided by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. Thank you, Madayana Iswami. Nithyananda.
Thank you, Ma'am. Nithyanandam, everyone. Welcome back to this segment of the Kailasas, COVID Care Protection Centers, and Kailasas contributions with the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Adilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadisham Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. So what we learn from this segment today is concerning statistics on the mental health and the global peace across the world due to the COVID-19 pandemic. See, what are the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa's contributions for the global peace? Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, spiritual solutions for the COVID-19, and Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Center, some glimpses, and why temple-based ecosystems. UN recognizes Kailasa's contributions and join the Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Center. The crisis that we are under. Today, people around the world are trying to grapple with the grim reality that the pandemic is far from over. Calamity promises to be much more devastating. The greatest economics of the world are facing disastrous futures. Countries are facing off each other in deep mistrust. Now let us see some current news. Australia reported a new record number of than 2,400 new locally acquired infections reported, and the figures are passing the 2,000 in a single day for just the second time. World Health Organization makes a big statement about the Delta variant of COVID-19. COVID-19 has now killed more Americans than the influenza pandemic of 1918 to 19 did. The 1918 to 19 influenza pandemic infected about 25% of Americans and killed an estimated 0.65% with 676,000 deaths. COVID-19 has infected more than 12% of Americans and killed 0.2% with 676,000. The coronavirus pandemic has killed more Americans than the 1918 to 19 influenza pandemic did, and now officially the coronavirus pandemic declared the US deadliest pandemic. Axios, Associated Press, both reported the grim milestone recently. People infected with alpha variant exhales 100 times more virus into the air than the original COVID strain, according to a survey. 6 feet distance may not be enough to prevent viral transmission indoors. And United Nations declares that COVID-19 Delta variant still most concerning, according to the World Health Organization's experts. And in US, the COVID-19 pandemic is nowhere under control, says the Chief Medical Advisor, Mr. Anthony Fauci. He said, right now we are still in pandemic mode because we have 160,000 new infections a day. That is not even modestly good control. In an interview with Axios, the US has reported 40 million cases of COVID-19 since the outbreak of the virus, with over 4 million infections adding up in the past few weeks. The increase in COVID cases comes as the US administration earlier this month announced that it is planning to provide booster shots of the vaccine as the Delta variant has become dominant in the nation and is wreaking havoc. The surge in Delta variant is driven by the low vaccination coverage in many communities across the US, according to the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. In a country of our size, you can't be hanging around and having 100,000 infections a day. You've got to get well before you start feeling comfortable, Mr. Fauci said. COVID-19 made the world less peaceful with increased incidences, less peaceful, according to the report from the World Economic Forum. Younger adults are more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and a depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. The average share of adults reporting symptoms of anxiety disorder and a depressive disorder, what it was in 6 months period of January to June, a 6 months period was 11% in 2009. And now in just the 1 month of 2021, in some more statistics confirming the same, that the younger adults are affecting more than the older adults, reporting symptoms of disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. Nearly 1810, which is 78%, say the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. Nearly 7 in 10, which is 67%, say they have experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. Of the health workers who treated patients during the China COVID-19 outbreak, 50% showed signs of depression and 45% showed signs of anxiety. And self-reported mental health among pregnant women and new mothers before the COVID-19 pandemic, depression was 15%, and during the COVID-19 pandemic, the depression rose up to 40.7%. Now, the anxiety in the pregnant women and new mothers before the pandemic was 29%, and now it rose up to 72%. Struggling with focus on school, our work, and avoiding distractions. And 55% of all students do not know where to go for help for their mental health. Understanding the pandemic's impact on working women. Nearly 82% of women surveyed said their lives have been negatively impacted by the pandemic. And nearly 70% of the women who have experienced these disruptions are concerned their career growth may be limited as a result. The global economic outlook during the COVID-19 pandemic, a changed world. The pandemic is expected to plunge most countries into recession in 2020, with per capita income contracting the largest fraction of countries globally since 1870. International Labour Organization, COVID-19 is a threat to peace building in conflict-affected nations. COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situation. The ILO is more aware than ever of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of this global pandemic. The Mumbai mayor says the third wave is already here. The mayor has said that the third wave of COVID is already upon Mumbai, pointing to a sudden spike in cases. The third wave of COVID-19 is not coming, it's already here, said the Kichori Pednekar, adding that an announcement regarding the matter has already been made in Nagpur. Speaking of the coming festive season in Maharashtra, the mayor urged people to remain in their homes. Breakthrough infections found in 25% of health staff. New COVID-19 variant Mu shows signs of vaccine resistance. Now, the concerning statistics across the world and how it is not only affecting the health, physical health, fatalities increasing, but it's affecting badly on the mental health, especially on the younger adults, and which is leading to the violent incidences and making the world less peaceful. It is important to address the COVID-19 pandemic, which is seeing another wave, destroying many more lives. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says the pandemic fatigue setting in as a result of continuous lockdown is resulting in delusional ignorance. The global COVID virus pandemic has left the whole world desperately looking for answers. Life, as it had been experienced even back in February 2020, is no longer recognizable. Drastic change is the order of the day, with people having to redefine their world with new paradigms of economy, society, faith, religion, and health. Blessed are those who have had the greatest fortune to be with the incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in their lives to carry them through this crisis. Join the Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers if you are in India with the link https://kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. Sustainable developmental goals. Making peace with the nature is possible if we start now. Pandemic 2021 can go to make peace with nature and set the planet to healing together. The sustainable developmental goals, including ending poverty by 2030 if climate change and ecosystem collapse are undermining food and water supplies in the world's poorest countries. We have no choice but to transform our economies and societies by valuing nature and putting its health at the heart of all our decisions. Now let's watch a short clip on making World Health Organization's Health and Peace Initiative. Health and peace are interrelated. In the words of the Director General of World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros, there cannot be health without peace, and there cannot be peace without health. United States Institute of Peace. Amid COVID, we need enhanced international coordination to build peace. Tackling the pandemic and building resilience in fragile states requires concerted international action at local, national, and global levels. As the humanitarian and economic toll of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to grow, so does the risk that this crisis will fuel new conflicts around the world while streaming prospects for resolving ongoing ones. Stronger health systems and universal health coverage must be a priority. Remarks at the General Assembly special session in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by the common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. A new social contract between people, governments, and private sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth, universal benefits and opportunities for all. Contributions of, now let us see the contribution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the global peace. Vedic tradition beautifully describes that yastu sarvani bhutani atmani ivanu pushyati sarva bhuteshu chapmanam tado navigagupshate. Isha Upanishad verse 6. The global peace is the byproduct of the individual bliss. Whenever an individual goes through a spiritual bliss, he manifests a beautiful, peaceful life for him and everyone around him. If he is powerful enough, he moves the whole city and manifests peace. He is more powerful, he moves the whole village and whole. If he is powerful enough, like incarnation, he moves the whole world and manifests peace for them. The individual bliss is the source of the global peace in the level of Om and the macroscopic level, whatever level it may be, global peace of the individual peace and individual bliss. Now, how do we achieve that individual peace and individual bliss? By practicing completion and by practicing unclutching. Now, let us listen the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in his own voice how to achieve the individual peace and bliss.
Today I wanted to expand on the science of completion. How the science of completion can directly impact the consciousness you are carrying and the consciousness embodied in many bodies. Please understand, the more deeper you go inside you, means more deeper space you go inside you, more expanded you become, more one with everything, more oneness you experience. Because the more deeper you go, the more you experience the some of the Hindu traditions uses the word Atma, Brahman. Some of the Hindu traditions use the word Nirvana. Whatever word you may use, Atman, Brahman, Nirvana, unified field of consciousness, whatever. But one thing I want to tell you, the deeper and deeper you go in your inner space, you experience the vast oneness. The more superficial you are, the more incompletions you carry with others, even with yourself. The more superficial you become, even your own right hand and left hand fights with each other. Different parts of you fights with you. Different thoughts fights with you. Even you fight with you, the more superficial you go, the more deeper you start traveling. First, you get integrated. The you fighting with you stops. Then, the completion with yourself, then completion with others, then comes inanimate beings. The completion starts happening. Even with a nature, completion starts happening. Please understand, the more deeper you travel, the more deeper you go, the more deeper you settle down, the more deeper you start living. Your cognition expands. Your cognition includes, more and more inclusive, more joy, more bliss, more. Please understand. Feels complete with you. That is why I am saying, whether they have body or they are disembodied, in the deepest corners of your being, deepermost layers of your being, deepest parts of your being, you experience such powerful awareness, such joy. Going into the deepermost corners of your being, not only is a joy, it's a power. Because suddenly you will see everybody around you, everything around listens to you. It really becomes a vibrant power where the tendency to exploit is not there. Listen, that's a very important thing. Power without the tendency to exploit. Because as long as you feel the other person is separate from you, when you get the power, it will always be used for exploiting. Because the other person is separate from you, then naturally what you will feel? Let me suck all the possible energy, intelligence, time, talent, treasure. But when you feel the other person is your own extension, you will see, you will be showering so much, enriching so much. The power you have will not be exploiting, it will be enriching. I tell you, even if death comes at this moment, I can tell you very clearly, I can face the death directly and tell the death, I have enriched every human being more than what I received from them. My accounts is clear. I am ready. Come on, let's go. My accounts is clear. I don't have debt. No credit card money to be paid, loans to be paid, no debit card, no credit card. My accounts is clear. Understand? The power you gain, see, power. Powerful way. Even in that, you will become powerful. So any lifestyle you choose, you will get power in that field. Whether it is exploiting or enriching, murdering or raping or go on serving. Whatever lifestyle you choose, living is power. When you go into the deepermost core of your being and start living based on completion, I tell you, the first power you will experience is everything around you listens to you. That power will simply make you
enrich everyone. The best power you can have through living is power of enriching. Whatever you do, as I said, you live the life of enriching or exploiting, you will become powerful. I tell you, the power of exploiting brings more and more and the power of enriching brings more and more completion in you and in others. This full month, Nithyananda Sangha all over the world. The other day I was seeing, we have officially presence in more than 50 countries. As devotees, group of devotees, we have presence in 100 countries. All over the world, we are going to celebrate this whole month for Global Peace Month, impacting global peace. All this whole month will live completion and do samskara dahana kriya, means burning the patterns which separates us from others, burning the patterns which are constantly keeping us in a superficial level. All over the world, we will be doing samskara dahana kriya, burning our patterns and leading us to more and more completion. And we also have special 3 Nitya Dhyana Yoga program teaching people science of completion and facilitating samskara dahana kriya. This month, 20th, 21st and 22nd, this whole month all over the world, all our temples, ashrams, centers, yoga centers, schools, colleges, universities should do samskara dahana kriya, should do the practice of burning all the incompletions and patterns which leads to conflicts, bringing more and more peace inside us and outside us, spreading peace. This whole month, let's impact global peace. Let us really contribute to the global peace, not just talking about it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Not just talking about it. Let's do it. Even if you teach the samskara dahana kriya to 50 people in each area, each place where we have centers, ashrams, temples, two-way centers, yoga centers, even 50 people, each Tanidhar teaches, enriches them with this science. The amount of suffering and negative waves, negative vibes reduction can contribute so much to the world. Please understand, one positive person can burn millions people negativity. Experientially, with evidence we proved, one positive person has already burnt at least 20 million people's negativity in last 10 years and brought peace. So each one of you, if you stand up as one positive being, one
authentic, responsible, enriching being. I tell you, so much to the world. Place. That's all. It should be a better place. So understand, inner peace is your birthright. Go to the depths of your being. Bring more and more completion into you, completion with others, and start living Advaita. Today in the Inner Awakening session, it's all about completion with others. So last 6 days, one layer by layer by layer by layer, the completion with yourself, completion with others. Today, we are starting the science of completion with others. It's one of the most powerful signs. Not just healing their relationships, even inside their consciousness, this inner space, so much of good is done. So much. See, when you have completed with others, the kind of strength you feel is the power of Advaita. Strength of Advaita. Today the Inner Awakening sessions are all about completion with others. We have long session today working on completing with others. So with this, because today we have a long session with Inner Awakening, we are also lagging behind the syllabus. Actually, it is a good news, it's not a bad news, because participants are so sincere. They are going through the whole process so intensely, sincerely. Because of that, we are little delayed, but today I'm going to catch up. Today I'm going to spend more.
Now, let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that self-transformation is the secret to achieve global peace.
Social answer means I'll tell, oh, you should all work for global peace. You should all work for turning the world. You should work for revolution. All these, that things. You should vote only the party which says that it will stop the war and all these things. This is the social answer. Nonsense. If you want the honest answer, I tell you, simply transform yourself. You can't do anything. If at all you can do, you would have done it. Be honest. If you can do, you would have done it. You are raising this question because you are not able to do. Am I right? So let us be very clear. Let us be honest. We are not socially. That's the truth. That's here I'm raising the question. I tell you, we always feel the present is the world is totally spoiled. It is not going according to the rules or how it is supposed to be. It was wonderful once upon a time. In ancient time, things were going properly. Everything was well and great. And I tell you, 10,000 years ago, they found some writings on stone in Harappa Mohenjo-daro culture. Some stone writings have been discovered. The other day I read a beautiful book about that stone writings. That writings, it says, oh, nowadays the society is not as it should be. So much of war. There is no peace. In the early times, there was so much of peace. Society was really great. Things were as it should be. And it almost looks like a today newspaper editorial.
10,000 years ago, the same thing carved on a stone. Then understand, there was no such time as only good prevailed. It is just a fantasy. Hinduism, they call it Satya Yuga, the age of truth. There was a time only truth prevailed. And every religion, Christianity, they say the Garden of Adam and Eve. There was a time it was wonderful. Every religion has got the fantasy. The past was great. There was golden past. Always the idea of golden past exists only in the past. The more you go back, again you say the past was great. And I tell you one thing, it is a wonderful way of postponing the accepting the reality. Otherwise, I can be sure the world was same as it is today. Whether it is 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. Maybe one thing, there was no CNN channel that time. So the news did not reach you so quickly. That's all. The news did not reach you so quickly. That may be the only difference. But otherwise, I can be sure the good and the bad was equal. Good and the bad was equal. The same amount of wars were there. All the other things were there. If you read the Puranas, the mythological stories of India, you see enough of things. Enough of dirty things. I think sometimes I find a little more. And if you read completely the Puranas or the Hindu scriptures, there are a lot of things much worse than modern day. The criminal activities or bad things or negative things, whatever you say, all this stuff. And never think only present day is corrupted or violent. In the ancient days also, all these things were there. Only one thing was not there, the CNN news or the internet. So the news did not reach you. But otherwise I can tell you, enough the good and bad was there. It always will exist. It will exist. All you can do is, if you awaken yourself, if you reach the enlightenment state, you can go beyond it. And I tell you, enlightenment is the only service you can do to the society. Just become enlightened so that you will reduce the negativity. Now, as I know, you are also the part of negative group. Naturally, we will be a negative group. As long as we are unenlightened, we will be the part of collective negative consciousness. So if you become enlightened, at least you will reduce your weight. That's the only thing we can do. Nothing else can be done. So all I request you to do is just become enlightened. Realize that you are a lion. That's the only way to help yourself and the society. Otherwise, all revolutions, you see, all revolution again end up as one more tradition. In last 2000 years, 3000 wars have happened in the humanity. In 2000 years, 3000 wars. Human beings have not done anything except doing wars, except fighting. Everybody claims he wants to do revolution. He wants to spread peace. You see, every country claims their army is a defensive army. Then who is offending? Tell me. Every country says defensive army. Then who is offending? These are all just, games. The idea of peace is a pure game. Everybody wants to spread the peace according to them, not according to the other person. They want peace according to them. The other day I was in one interreligious gathering. One guy is preaching, let all of you convert to my religion so that we will not have fight. He wants peace the way in which he wanted, not the way in which. And there's a beautiful saying, the sword of Muhammad, it is written, peace alone should survive, something like that. He has written some statement about the peace on the sword. We all take sword to spread the peace. So no revolution is going to help. Because in last 2000 years, 3000 revolutions have happened, but still world is same, I think much worse. So, no revolution is going to help, only individual evolution is going to help. So be very clear. Instead of working in the outer world, start working in the inner world. That will help. Social.
Now let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that Sri Kailash is all about peace-based powerfulness.
Carefully. The space of Shanti, the space of Shanti is where Kailasa grows. Listen carefully. It is in the deep powerfulness of peace, or peace-centered powerfulness is the ground, breeding ground for Paramashivatva to manifest. Please understand. Like how pure mirror reflects everything, pure Shanti-based Shakti, peace-based powerfulness reflects Paramashiva. Paramashiva manifests in peace-based powerfulness. Please understand. Neither violence nor violence is abusive. Peace-centered powerfulness, powerfulness-centered peace. All the Upanishads starts with peace, completes with peace. Shanti mantra starts with Shanti mantra, gets completed with Shanti mantra. Peace-based powerfulness is a fundamental requirement for Paramashivatva to manifest. That is why people who don't want us to manifest Paramashivatva or power manifestation do not want to allow the peace in our life, or do not want peace in our campus. Understand? But only if you are peaceful, which cannot be shaken even by the demons and devils and rakshasas, we can be in eternal peace. So, remember this very clearly. Peace alters the very DNA structure, genetic structure, the core Anu Mahat structure. Understand? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. The consciousness in you is atom inside the atom, Mahat, more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more peace-based powerfulness developing in you. Nothing can be compared to unclutching. Spend more and more time, energy in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most productive time for you in your life, because Unclutching completely makes you altogether a different material. Understand? It makes your very biomemory, muscle memory, core structure, molecular structure, genetic structure, DNA structure, everything, all the 8 energy flow circuits, 7 energy flows, 1 the pure conscious explosion. So totally 8 energy flow circuits exist in you. All the 8 explodes clutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa. Listen.
Now let's listen from Hindus, supreme points of Hinduism, that every prayer begins with peace and ends with peace.
Chanting, every prayer in Hinduism ends with Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times. Means peace, peace, peace. Hinduism is the real religion. Loving peace, living peace. Individual level, social level, global level. Understand? Hinduism lost all its 56 nations, 200 states, 10,000 kingdoms, samsthanas, is not a loss to Hinduism, it is a loss to planet Earth, human beings. Wherever Hinduism is practiced, kept alive, the ideal of global peace is kept alive. Just do this one simple statistics. You yourself study. Google and study. Take the top 10 religions and list how many people they converted in last 200 years, how many people they killed. List for each religion. I can be 200% sure. You yourself will realize Hinduism is the most peace-loving and peace-living religion. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Being the supreme pontiff of the most peace-loving, peace-living religion, I give you all my blessings on this International Peace Day. Understand? It is we Hindus need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work.